Okay? Is it working now? Okay. All right. So, hey, Elton. All right. So let me see if I can. Let me go back. Okay. All right. So we're going to go here again. So we're going to start. You come to this page, the .NET page, right? Then you scroll down and you find the online, and then you apply as a study helper, and those are just different things you can do.
So that first box says in red.
Excuse me?
Okay, yeah. It's the second box that says.
Yeah.
Second box.
So when you go to register, when you go to sign in, dang it. When you go to sign in, you're going to see this box, okay, that's going to pop up. And the reason I show you that is because the box,
It's the second box.
it's going to be in the screen. That box warns you that if you sign up, it's going to be like, you got to wait to get an email back from them, okay? So when you do, you go here, you go register, and then boom, this pops up. To become a study helper, you must apply and be approved by Ward Bible School, receive your confirmation from email from WBS, log in, tells you what to do, right? And then if you're a study helper, so forth. So then you apply. So just because you apply doesn't mean you're automatically in. They've got to send you a thing back, okay? So it says, if you have already been approved as a study helper, you can log into the website right there. But we're going to apply.
Or the app.
Or the app.
Once
So,
you register, then you can.
yeah. So now we're here, and then we're going to fill this out. This whole form out. It's just one long page. You go down, congregation, all your information, and then you go, and I didn't go through that. We can do that here, okay? So I just wanted to show you that other one showing that when you go to register, there will be a window pop up, and that window's telling you that once you register, it doesn't mean you're in. They've got to approve you, okay? All right. So now let me show you this. This is student registration, and this is over at .org. So where do you register as a teacher or a study helper? .net. Your students register at .org. Two different websites. Okay. So I already went through and I just registered myself as a student and just to see how things would work with it, because my main focus for everybody here and what I really want to emphasize is the QR code. Okay? Because I talked about that and I really wanted that to be emphasized for local work. When you sign up as a study helper, Teresa has 9 students already. Okay, so when you sign up as a study helper, they're just random names that are going to pop up. Now, there will be people in your area that will pop up, but there's other congregations grabbing those people. So a lot of people you pick up, where's the one student? He's back east somewhere?
No, he's here.
Oh, Glendale. He's in Glendale. Yeah. So a lot of people will pop up, the Philippines, India, they're all over the world, right? And you can pick them up if you want. You can go to the website and find all those guys and say, I'll take this one, take this one, take this one. Okay. But for your local work, and this is what I wanted to emphasize, for your local work, you'll have a card. Everybody will get their own personal set of cards. And you hand that to somebody. And when they go here to register, if they will enter that information first to get here, it will automatically link them to you. So that's how you can personally evangelize. You can say, hey, you want to do correspondence? Here you go. And if they use your QR code or they type in your address, then and I'll show you what it'll look like. They'll ask. It'll say, so-and-so would be your helper. I'll show you what it looks like. Connect. And it's got your image and everything, the study helper's image, and you connect to them. That's how you can use it locally. You take the cards, you hand them to people. Say, hey, you interested in Bible correspondence course? Here you go. And just say you can just scan the QR code or you can just enter the address and I'll be the one that will be grading the papers for you, right? So now you're doing your own personal thing rather than just waiting for a name to drop from the local area. Because in order for the names for the local area to drop, you got to advertise in the local area. How do they know about the WBS? How do people they randomly just find it on the internet? Maybe. But how do they know? So we're going to do another campaign where we're running the World Bible School in our house to house on the back page. So that tells them in the neighborhood, hey, you want to do correspondence courses? Click here. All right. So let's take a look at this. This is what a student would do. So a student comes in, they're going to register. I've already done it, but I went back to show you. Okay. Web, I'm gonna choose. As a student, do I want to do it web or do I want to do it postal? Okay. So I'm gonna do web. I want to just do my paper on the internet. I don't want you to mail me the stuff. I want to do it on the internet. So I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna pick what I want. If you choose postal as your study, it may take several weeks or months for the first lesson to arrive. If you're living over in India or someplace in Africa, it could take months for it to get there. Okay, they go to next. Loading up. Welcome, James. So now I've registered and I'm in, okay? Welcome, James. Please answer these questions. So I'm going to go through. It's going to give me a list of questions. What's my background, my religious background, so forth and so on. And I'll show you something with the QR code that we discovered that you have to realize. When you sign up, ladies, if you say you want ladies only, if you give them your card and they scan it, it will not allow them to get to you. And I'll show you. Because Teresa and I were doing that. And I put male. I said, I only want a male teacher. And so then she gave me hers. I scanned her thing. And it kicked me off. Oh, yeah. So this is, I'm going to put my image on here. Hang on. You don't have to put an image. I just did. Oh, yeah. This wasn't important.
I know, I'm just saying it's running, right?
Yeah.
The video.
Well, this is just a student registration. I want to go here. That's my album I'm working on. It'll be released here pretty soon. No, really, it is. There's my songs. I got 13 songs already. Okay, here's my album art. There we go. I'm going to use that picture. Not that one, that one. Yeah, go back that one. Yeah, I'm going to use that one. All right. Bam. Here we go. All right, so then you add in, and you don't have to add all this stuff in there. Just, I did for this new one. All right. So then you gender, right? I filled all this out.
This is from a student perspective.
This is from a student perspective. So when I get here, so when your student goes there, now look, let them know when they're signing up, it's going to ask them, who do they prefer, male or female? If they say male, they won't get you when you give them the card. When you register that you only want to study with females, you won't get the male that they gave the card to. They both, so that's why it's best just to leave it, I don't care, male or female. Doesn't matter. Because you're not meeting them privately anyway. Okay, and I made it not viewable, that way not everybody has to see it. It's just, because, and you can tell them that. Don't make it viewable, because when you give it to them, say, nobody else has to see that you're there if you don't want, only me. So, all right, so I'm going to go through all this stuff. Okay, how'd you find out about it? Okay, congratulations, your registration is now complete. If you need to update this information, you can come back later, do all that stuff. The first lesson in the Master Series, The Way of Life, has been unlocked. So now I'm doing it online, so now I have access to the first lesson because I have registered. If you have any questions, then you can contact that. I'm like, next, okay? So then what it's going to do, it's going to take me here, right?
As a student.
As a student. So now I have access to the first lesson. It's up here. The Way of Life, see at the top up there? And then here's all the other. So it said, did you see that at the top? It said The Way of Life, and there's a red button to click. That's my first lesson. And I'm just kind of showing everybody what's all on this page, all the different stuff that's on there, right? So when your student gets on and logs on, once they do it, there it is. Continue study, right? Course study, here's the different courses that you'll go to, right? You can go there, and then that's the lesson I'm working on, and here's the following lessons below it. Or you can just complete the one, and it'll bring you back to that one. So now my student can go through. Here's all the different lessons. You can just go through and see what it is that they have available, review the lessons.
And this is what a student sees, right?
Yeah, this is a student. Okay. So that is .org. That's your student registration. Okay, I think I'm starting over now. All right. So now, this is, I'm going to show you a thing about the QR code, okay? And I'm going to show you a video here. So, this is, here's Teresa's. And what I need to do to be able to make a QR for you is I need this address right here. Teresa-Dale, warbibleschool.org. So it's Teresa-Dale.warbibleschool.
Or Veronica dot.
Or,
Veronica
well,
Kramer,
depending on how you set up, right? It'll be Veronica, it'll be your name. So however you set it up, it'll be your name. So whenever they come, whenever you give them the card, that QR code, and that's what they gave you, and you only see these QR codes on your app. On the website, you get this address, and I'll show you where that is. But on the app, you can have your phone open on the app, and you can tell somebody, hey, you want to sign up? Scan it right now. And they can scan it, and it'll take them right to registration. So that's what that does. Or they can type in https://teresa-dale.warbibleschool.org, and it'll take them right to registration. And that registers them with you, or gives them the option to pick you, okay? So here's Teresa's information, and I'm just going to show you. She's logging in, and I'm going to show you where the QR code is. So I'm at Teresa's helper. Okay, this is the helper site. And that's the .org, right? Same way where the student is. Over here it says Connect Campaigns. When you click Campaigns, so everybody has their own campaign. So when you click that, it's going to open this window up, and it says Teresa Dale's personal campaign. You see the top of the green flag? That's your URL. That's what I use for the QR code. But they don't give you the QR code here. Now, look what they say you can do. You can mail it. You can paste it to you can share it to Facebook or Twitter. So if you're doing on your own personal Facebook, you can just click and go, hey, go to Facebook. And there it is. It'll post it there for you. All right. So again, it's under campaigns. That's where your URL is. That's where your personal address is going to be found. So with these right here, unless you can give me that image off your phone, which you can, then I can make you a QR code. And then it won't have your picture in the middle of it because that's what they do. That's their custom one. But you'll get that QR code. And again, you can share it to all of those. All right. Now, let me show you the student registration. Okay? So now you have your QR code, right? You've registered as a teacher. They've approved you. Now you go to your campaign. You log in under .org. You go to your campaign, and then under that Connect, you're going to find your QR code, right? So now let's say this is the app right here. Teresa's got the app. And all I did was I just took my phone on her app, and on Apple, you can just push the camera, and the camera will scan. And then, well, you have to touch the little yellow bar. It'll pop up. So watch this. So this is student. I'm going to scan it. It's going to take me there. Okay. Email. But I'm a student, so I'm registering. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to register as a student. I'm a new student. Okay. So I can't log in because I'm just going to do I'm going to have you as my teacher. So I'm going to register. I go through. I register. I'm on my phone doing this right now. I'm registering, okay? And then my phone is set up where it doesn't reveal passwords online, so The password will get filled in. I'm going to register now. Okay. And then it's going to take me to my dashboard. It said, welcome. Okay. To complete, same thing online. To complete, you have to fill out all these questions. Here's those same questions again, right? That whole list of questions I was doing on the online registration. So now I'm filling them out. And I'm going to skip on these. I'm going to go through these faster because I realized I didn't have to fill them all out. A lot of people don't. I put my age in here, but okay. All right, then I go next. I'm a male, go next. Okay, do you have a preference of gender for the study helper? No preference. If you do same as me and it's a man, they won't get you. So you need to let them know that. Then I put my address information in. So since I said no preference, I don't want it to be public. I don't know if I skipped that or not. I said, no, don't make it public. Okay, then here's all the final questions. You can just, go through those. So I'm a student. I've scanned your phone with your QR. It's taken me here. I'm registering as a student. Congratulations, I'm registered. Now watch. I'm going to go next. It's going to go to here, which is the first study, and then that window is going to open. Teresa Dale, study helper. You just followed a study helper's adoption lead. Would you like to be adopted by Teresa Dale? That's how you get your own students. And then they click, yes, continue. You're the one that gave it to them. Yes, continue. Now watch. You have been adopted by Teresa Dale. So now you're picking up your own students when you're out there handing cards to people. Okay? And then this is the first lesson. Right? And they can do it on their phone. They can go through their phone with it. Or they can go online and do it. Okay, I'm going to show you again. So when I'm on there, I can find who my study helper is. I got courses. I go back here, right? So you got different things down here you can do. But here, study helpers. Teresa. So then it shows you who your study helper is. Right? All right. So now, here's the warning. Finding your study helper is gender specific. Again, I've said that multiple times. Watch what happens. So here we are. I scan. It goes here. Da-da. I go here. I'm sorry, you're unable to be adopted by this study helper. Because I had mine set to male only. So when I scanned Teresa's, it told me I can't do that because I'm only looking for male and she had female. So they won't let you connect. So just make sure that you have no preference on there, or limit yourself to a man or a woman who you give it to. And then if you do, and you think, well, you might give it to their husband. Well, let me explain to you because the husband will do it like, well, I tried, but I can't get to her as my helper. It says there's an error. What's the error? Now, why can't they get to you? If her husband went on and registered, and he said, I prefer a male helper, and then they scanned your code on the card that you gave to their wife, why can't they find you? Or why won't it let them be adopted by you?
Because he's a male and you're a female.
Because he's a female, and you both did what?
Set your preferences.
You set your preferences that you wanted a man or a woman. And if you did that, if those preferences conflict with each other, you won't get to do it. So remember, if you want just women, you can do that. If you want just male, you can do that. But then you're only handing and they'll only work for that specific gender. Right? Anybody can scan it. It'll just say you can't have them as a helper. So you're like, okay. All right. All right. Now this is what our card will look like. Okay? So everybody will get their own card. And we're going to make these up ourselves because World Bible School has a generic card. What we want is specific cards. We want everybody to have your own set of cards, and the church will buy them, and you'll get your own card. This will be on the front of the card or the back, depending on which side you're looking at. But we'll call this the front of the card. Okay? It's like, is this the front or the back? Maybe we should write on there front and back so you'll know. This will be on the front of the card, free Bible correspondence. And then that's what's on the back. It will have that's from World Bible School up there. It'll have your QR code on it, and if we get the one off the app, off the website, you'll have your picture in it. It'll say, and I just made this up myself, Study Helper, Teresa Dale. That's the church's address, especially if you're doing postal. Because if you're doing postal, because you can hand these out for people to do postal too, because they can still go there and register, and on the registration it gave you two choices as a student. What were they?
Mail and web.
Did it say mail?
Postal, mail,
Postal.
and web.
Yeah. So you got two choices. Postal, it was postal. Postal or web. So they can still go there, but that's the address they'll mail everything to, not to your house. It'll come to the building, and then you'll have boxes back here where they can come and your mail will be in there and you'll pick up your study. On the bottom it says scan QR, this, or enter URL, which is that, to connect to Teresa, Veronica, Ann, Ellen, whoever, Mike, right? It'll have your name there. And so then you'll have your own private cards. And then what we're going to do is when we get our rack done out there, I'm going to have in those racks your cards. I mean, you'll take yours with you too, but I want a set of them here so if somebody's walking by, they can see and they go, oh, Mike, he's a man, I'll take this. Oh, Ann, woman, I'll take hers, right? And they can pull your card right out of there, right? So, but that's how you're going to get, when it comes to WBS locally, this is going to be the best way for you to get your own students, is by you having these cards, handing them out, and then having them register to your account on World Bible School. You can still do it like Teresa did. The warning came up on her phone. There's a student in your area. Would you like to adopt him? And if you don't grab it, somebody else will. She grabbed it. Okay, now he's a student. Okay, so you can do that. You can go on to the same website, .org, and you can find all these people all over the world and sign them up if you want. But if you're looking to, and this is one of the primary reasons we're doing World Bible School, using it as a local tool, is doing it this way, having these cards available, and then we're going to be running ads, and then you can just hand those cards to people. And then that gives them an opportunity to study with you. All right, now I'm going to show them this real quick because I made this up for you, and then you can talk about how you do this. Okay, so this is the correspondence course. It is no different. Yes, Mike?
You said all over the world?
Yes.
Does that include Japan?
Yeah, I'm sure they have it there too.
Because I asked him when he was here, and maybe I'm mixing up two different things.
Well, it may not be every square inch of the world, but all over the world.
If there's somebody that signs up from Japan.
Yeah. You know what? Somebody from Japan can go on and sign up to this. They can go online. Your sister-in-laws, they can go on and sign up to your thing, right? Now, I don't know if they have a Japanese version of them.
Well, it would have to, yeah.
We'll
It
see.
would have to be in Japanese
They
because,
don't have it in Japanese.
No.
okay, so it's all going to be in English.
Yes.
So Takako can translate the whole thing. All right. So let's say that they go on and they say postal. And you gave them your card and they picked postal. When they register, you're going to know they chose postal. Okay? So that means you are not waiting for their information to show up to grade on the internet. You have to send them the stuff. Okay? So this is the material. It's the exact same thing as this over here. It is the Master Series. It's the exact same series that's online. That's the series they study, the Master Series. Now, we can order this pack, which is for $348, we can order what they call a starter set. And it gives you like 400 of the first lesson and then 100 of each lesson after that, which, why would they give you 400 of the first lesson and only 100 of the next ones?
Not everybody's going to follow through.
Most people don't get past the first lesson, I guess is what they do, right? Okay, so we can order the kit. We've already ordered an individual, okay? And Teresa will show you this right here, okay? This is a grading master series. I want you to see this because she's going to show you one over here. But this is the grading master that you'll use to grade. There's lessons 2 and 3. This is a certificate. That's important as well. So whenever they finish, you need to make sure they're getting their certificates, right? That's part of the program. And that's it. All right, so my thing that I want to emphasize is showing you the QR and getting you registered today if you want to get registered, okay? Teresa's is going to show you on the mailing what it is that you need to be doing with that. So let me go back, and you can use these if you want. Okay. Any question? Yes.
Down the road, if someone's interested locally and they want to come in and they completed the course, I'm asking you this because I've been to some different things at different congregations. Would you require them to study with you again?
No, if they've gone through the correspondence course,
So they've studied,
because you're grading it, right?
right?
So you know whether they're answering it correctly or not.
Well, okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I don't, it would be kind of a redundant thing to say, let's do another 8 lessons again, right? No, if they studied the course and we know who's grading them. Now, if somebody came in and said, hey, I went to that World Bible School course and I want to be baptized, I would be like, well, could we talk a little bit? But if it's one of your students, you're on top of it, you know. You've been doing the mail-outs, you're grading them. And even with Teresa's, she was showing me today, you comment. You go in there and you say, hey, good job. And they even give you little prompts to say. You can click this, but focus on these things, and you can type something like that in there. So that means you're interacting with them, and you're seeing what they're doing and whether they're getting it or not, right? So, and maybe there's somewhere along the way, because this correspondence is not us just grading papers. That's not what we're doing, not just graders. We're making sure they understand what it is they're studying. So if their answers are incorrect, you can respond to them and say, you know, that was an interesting thought that you had there, but maybe consider this passage, right? And then have them go to and look at those passages, right? So you're studying with them. It may be that you go through and all their answers are right on, and you're like, hey, just great job, keep up the good work, okay? So, yeah, that's a good question, because that's true. People may want to do that. All right, so Teresa, we'll turn over to her, and she'll give you some more insights on the mail-in one.
Yeah, and so I just want to reiterate a little bit of what James was talking about with the.
Hey, get behind the mic.
Yeah, I just want to reiterate what James was talking about with the, for like an application for the app. So not everybody's going to use the app, right? That's a given. But if you're at the doctor's office, or you're getting your oil changed, or you're in the grocery store, or you're on the bus, and someone says, hey, I see you go to church there, or what are you doing here? After here, I'm going to Bible class tonight. It's Wednesday night. That's where I'm going. Hey, I'd like to do some Bible study. If somebody says that, that's your cue to hook them in. And if you have the app on your phone, your hat just fell here. If you have the app on your phone, or anyone has the app, you can click the app and go to more. It will pull up that QR code. So you can say, hey, do you want to do Bible study? You might not be able to come to Northside Church of Christ on Sunday morning at 10, but you can click this app, start doing your own individual Bible study, going through this series of lessons. So that's one way that it can be applicable. Just that quick, just that easy. Hey, I got the app on my phone. Here's the QR code. Click it, start doing your Bible study. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there.
Register.
Yeah, register. Yeah, you have to register,
And,
right?
then, and again, let them know I will be the study helper.
Yes, and I will be because they clicked your personal one that says Veronica Kramer or Teresa Dale or Ann Farney. It will be your own personal one. They'll be going through your stuff, right? Okay, so that's just a quick reiteration of what James was talking about with the app. And if you know of anybody else that might want to be using the app. So just because I use the app, Veronica, you might use the app, not everybody's going to use it, but if you know somebody that will, that's a good tool.
So if I meet someone that doesn't want to do the postal, but that wants to do the app, I can still give them that code?
Yes.
Tell
Yes.
them
Yep.
your name
No.
It would-
If you give them your card, it'll be in your name. Okay?
Okay.
And do you have access to a computer?
No, I don't know computers.
Okay. So then you'll have to tell them, make sure, postal.
Postal.
Tell them, if you're gonna do it,
You don't want me to like hand it off to.
Not through the app. Are you gonna have the app on your phone?
No.
Yeah, if you,
I would know.
yeah. So if you don't have the app on your phone, you're gonna be doing just postal. Okay.
yeah.
So-
I know what you're saying, you're like, well, can I pass them on to somebody else?
Right.
What I would suggest then is if you wanna do it that way, then carry cards for somebody else.
Yeah, you can
Don't
take some
carry
of,
your own card.
some of our cards or
Yeah,
something.
just carry somebody else's card and say, and then on the card, you'll say, this is the person that'll be your, it have their name on
You're a
it.
computer person.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, because I could do that if you want me to.
Yeah.
I'm not in the public all the time.
Yeah,
right. But
Yeah.
if you wanna do just postal,
Interested in the public.
if you wanna just do the postal one, then you can tell them to do that, and they'll sign it that way.
yeah. So take some of my cards, take some of Veronica's cards if you're gonna be doing that. Whoever you know that's gonna have the app on their phone, to have the QR code, then we can certainly study.
Explain it to them, but.
Yep, okay. So, there are 7 lessons in the Master Series. If you're doing just purely postal, these will be mailed out, these individual booklets. There are 7 of them. The first one goes out by itself. You put it in one of these envelopes. You can send it out like this too, and put their address on the back, but this is kind of flimsy. And I actually have just mailed out 3 new postal students. You put this first book into the envelope. I have some new labels, brand new labels with Northside Church of Christ information on it. You can put the label on the front. From the student board, you will get their name and fill it in here. So you'll mail this out. One postage stamp right now, as of today, is 82 cents. So I took it to the post office, put an 82-cent stamp on it, and sent it out. Planted a seed.
We'll probably just buy a bunch of the forever stamps and have a bunch of them available here.
Okay? So if we'll have the stamps available here, we have labels that you can put on. The labels that we have quite a bit of them. I think I ordered 240 labels. These labels will also be used on the inside. And I did that as a convenience for us as Northside. One label will go here because this is what the students are going to return back. They're going to mail in this section that's red. They're going to rip this out and mail it back to us. And if our label is already on here and here, the student knows who they're working with, Northside Church of Christ. So we'll just put a label on the inside here, here, and on the outside mailer. That's where your labels will go for Northside.
So
And
they just fold that together and mail out that way?
so this has to go in an envelope. And it has instructions for the students. So the students will, after they do their lesson, this first one, they rip this part out.
Should we put an envelope in there? A self-addressed?
I've seen that, I heard that before when they did that. They just put another envelope, like a white envelope, a smaller one, letter size.
Yeah, it does, it does tell the student to do that, but if we wanted to cover that cost,
I think it would be a good idea for the first one anyway,
yeah,
hopefully.
Yeah, put in the first one.
Okay.
But if you do the first one, they may be expected in the second one, but,
yeah,
like, hey, why?
yeah. So
But, the envelopes are cheap.
I would leave it up to the student helper. So for me, if I am expending 82 cents to mail it to someone, and then another 82 cents for them to mail this back, because that's how much it's gonna cost, 82
No,
cents.
don't put a stamp on it to mail.
Oh, just a,
And address the envelope?
Just
yeah,
the envelope.
just the envelope. Okay, well, yeah, just an envelope.
And they keep the book.
Yeah, and they keep the book, right, because it has all the information and lessons and stuff. So, yeah, if we want to do that, put an envelope in there. You can put it in with this when you mail it out. But label it here, here, and on the outside, put your envelope in so they can send back their answers. And this is their answers. So they will answer it here, all their questions from the booklet. Mail this back to us. And what I actually did when I mailed this out was I put the church's little address here, but I put my name at the top. So if it came back, Chad, whoever's doing mail, would know this comes to Teresa Dale. All right, so that's the first one.
You know, that's a good idea. You could do that on the envelopes. You could put like your initial on the bottom of the corner of the envelope, put TD or, you know.
Yeah, I've just put my name on there.
Yeah. So that way when it comes back, they know who that one goes to. When it comes here, we know who it goes to.
So this is the first lesson, and then of course I sent it out with lots of prayers that they will be encouraged and edified to be able to respond, send it back. I'm still waiting on the 3 postal mailers to come back, and that's okay. Some people need time to go through their lessons. That's the first one. So when you get the lesson back, prayerfully, we get that first lesson back, and it comes in our mailbox there. We're so excited. These are the answers. So this is the answer key. So you look at their answers, you grade it, and then you get ready to, you prepare to send out the next ones. So I said there were 7. So then your next 2, you put these next 2 in your envelope, mail it out. It's probably going to be a little more postage because there's 2 booklets in there, and these are heavier than that very first one. So I'm not sure what your postage would be for. I haven't mailed out 2 at a time yet. I've only done the first one.
Maybe like the line.
We'll,
Is that one lesson or 2?
it's 2. So it's 2. So it says down here at the bottom, course number 2 and then course number 3. So there's 2 booklets that they'll have to do.
So why do you send 2 at once?
Yeah. So no, because you won't have to mail 7. So you'll only have to mail this one, these 2 together, these 2 together, and then the last 2 together. So there's like 3 sets. So then that'll give them some meat to work on. And then when it comes back, here is your answer key for 2 and 3. So you'll be grading their work.
Yeah, so you see how they, even on the answer sheets, they put
2
and 3
together. Right.
There are also questions in those books. Did they mail those back to, what their opinion is of something?
No, they're not any opinions. It's all just multiple choice on this. So it's A, B, or C. A, B, or C. So then they'll rip this part out in the middle and mail this back.
It's changed, that's why I asked.
Yeah. Yep.
How do they know how they've done on the lesson?
So yeah, I don't know that yet, Ann, because the postal students are actually listed on WBS, on the World Bible School, but there's not a place for you to put, hey, you did this, you did.
Put a little note in there.
Yeah. And speaking of a note, what they suggest for the very first one is you put a note inside saying, hi, my name is Teresa Dale, I'll be your study helper. And I actually just used a little Post-it note, a little yellow sticky. I wrote on there, hi, I'm Teresa Dale, I'll be your study helper. After you get done, rip this out and return it back. And I pray that you'll be, encouraged as you go through this lesson.
Where are these students that you're doing?
I have one in Tennessee, one in Miami, and the other is somewhere else on the East Coast.
That's the difference, because remember, one of the things he talked about is if you do overseas mailing, then that's a different way of doing it, right?
Right. I'm not selecting to do any postal students that are overseas. I'm only doing postal students that are in the U.S.
Yeah.
So,
Now, for us, what my focus was local outreach. If you want to do beyond that, you can just go on and get other students. But but primarily use it as a local outreach tool to hand the cards to people, to sign people up locally. Because then them mailing back to you and you mailing to them, we're not mailing overseas. There's plenty of people to do that. If you want to do that, you can go online and do the online ones and sign those people up if you want to do them online. But I would rather us focus locally, statewide. I mean, like Tennessee and so forth, that's fine, right, states, so.
Yeah, Tennessee, Miami, and one in Illinois. So I have 3 female postal students, and I have 1 male student who is web right now. So again, you mail out the very first one, and then you mail out 2 and 3 together, and the instructions tell you you guys we're all study helpers. As study helpers, it tells you mail out the first one, mail these 2 together, mail 5 and 6 together, or 4 and 5, and then 6 and 7. So you mail those together. And like I said, it does instruct the student helper how to mail those out. And what we'll be doing now is, like you said, just putting it in the envelope and adding a self-addressed envelope, but using these labels to get the postal stuff back to
And the
us.
self-addressed ones, we can use just letter ones because those are thin paper that they're returning to us. It's
Yeah.
not- Like, we don't need the big ones.
Yeah, we'll just use just a regular envelope.
Yeah.
Yep.
We do have the stamp.
Yep. I didn't use the stamp, that's why I didn't want to use the stamp. So, that stamp that I have on the envelope here is back in the office, but initially I was going to use the church's stamp. It's like just a black, that stamp. So I didn't want to use that, so that's why I ordered labels.
So what I'd recommend with the stamp is if you show up here and you got your stuff and you go, oh, I'm out of those, we've got a stamp.
Yeah,
right? If you're
yeah.
like, I don't have
It's
these.
just this stamp.
Yeah, then we've got Chad used it for the checks and stuff, then you can
Yeah.
use that as a backup.
But this should be plenty.
Yeah.
There should be plenty labels. So again, this first book is the most important one. Like you said, you could get 400 of these and then 100 of the rest, because not everybody's going to follow through with the rest of the series. So this is the very first one that will go out in its envelope by itself. These 2 together, and then these 2 together. And again, the answer key is right here. I have some extra envelopes that we can use. These are for anybody that wants to get started on that, and answer keys for these last 4 lessons.
And if you're doing it, is that good? Yes. Okay. If you're gonna be doing online, okay, so let's say that you go online and you look up, just randomly look up the students, right? You're gonna find some students. When you go there and you find the students, you can look for, because you can break it by state and all that, right? You can tell what territory, where you want to go. You can tell it what you want. Then find your students and you can sign them up that way. You don't have to wait till someone clicks on your card. You can go find people, you know, and get active in doing it. Now, this is what I would suggest. If you can use your computer, I registered as a student too, and I want to go through and I want to do the studies myself. I say that because I want to be able to know what it is that they're looking at.
If they have a question, then you
Yeah.
can answer it for them.
Exactly. Because if you get the material back, you're not going to read everything. You're just reading their answer sheet, right? You're just doing their answers. So for me personally, I said, well, I want to sign up as a student, and then Teresa's going to be I'm going to be an online student. She's going to be my grader. I just want to go through and get familiar with the material. And plus, it's a good study too. So you can do that, right? Okay. All right. Oh yeah, and these are the Bibles we can order from them too. I don't know how many we have back there. I think I ordered 25 of them. Yeah, 20 of these. So these are Bibles that you can hand out as well, right? So you might want to take one of these, keep it with you, and then carry it. And then if you find them, they go, well, I don't have a Bible. There you go. But I would also make sure that you stamp in here or label in here that is coming from the Northside Church of Christ, right? So that they have, like the labels that Teresa has, so that they know who gave it to them. So, all right. So, go ahead.
Okay, so when we do these, we mail them out, and because I'm not a computer person, do I make a list of whom I'm mailing them to, their names, and as though I would if I used the computer? Do I still record it?
No, because it's all on your portal.
She says she's not a computer person.
No, but are you going to actually be grading it? You know what you can do? You can do this. So let's do this. So let's say that you use Because you have to have access to the, even with the mail out, don't you have to access to the computer?
That's what I was just worried about.
Yes?
So, you didn't
I'm
acknowledge.
looking right at
You
you.
have to acknowledge me.
I'm staring right at you.
Okay, so, how about if, since I have already started with the 3 postal mail outs, and they're gonna come back here to the church, because I use the church's address. So once it comes back, I can give it to Ellen, those 3 to Ellen.
Yeah.
To correct, yeah.
Yeah, so we can do,
Glad to do that.
so we could be that way as,
Because the way I found them was through the World Bible School, and they were
Portal.
looking for postal, so I adopted them.
so yeah, we can do that too. And that's what you do with your card. So if you gave Teresa's card or your card, or whatever, if you gave your card to somebody and they came back and you said, oh, I had somebody sign up, Ellen, do you want to do these postal ones?
I'm anticipating when I do this, if they're gonna say, would you like, because I go to so many different places,
Yes.
would you like to do this at the gym? They have a conference room, would you like a group of us to do that and use the book rather than mail it? Because see, that's what's gonna, you wait and see, that's what's gonna happen
Yeah.
for me. Because those are the people that I'm gonna approach. They're.
So whatever students that you have, you might just need to give them my QR code so that they can register, so we can know who's studying.
That would be better,
Yeah.
all right.
Or, are you gonna do, postal or web, you know?
Oh, I know what so you're just talking about just handing out the study material to them.
No,
So-
I've done it before, but all I did was it
The
was
grading?
a much longer convocation, and they handed all the study pages to us, we corrected and gave back to someone at the office, and then they did what they did. But I want a chance to pass out the cards locally, because I'm out and about all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what we'll do. That's what we're saying. We'll give them.
If you use your cards,
Yes.
then, okay, that's what I need
Mhm.
to know.
And for grading, like I said, once I get the
If you
postal,
did, I mean, you work, if you have too many to grade, which would be wonderful.
it would be.
So,
So
yeah.
yeah, when I get the postal ones back, I will just give them to you, you just grade them. And then I can go online and do
Okay.
because the students are on the portal, they're online. That's how.
Yeah, their information's there and everything, and then you can track your students. You can track.
They're gonna get large numbers, you never know, they got 500 of us all.
Well, with us, we can track. So not only do you have your own private campaign, but that's also connected to the North Side campaign.
Right.
So when you go there, it shows Teresa and Rick. And then it shows when the last time you were on there, your activity, we can see, right? So the coordinator is supposed to encourage, okay, get back on, make sure you're keeping up with your students, stuff like that, right? You've got so many students, but is there any activity? What's going on with them? It's supposed to just kind of keep people moving forward with that. So your campaign is connected to the church one, right? So, and that's a way for the coordinator to be able to track what's going on. Now, it'll be different with you, Ellen, because you're not, you do have to sign up, well,
I'm just gonna give them my postal students to grade.
yeah. So you don't even have to sign up to be a teacher. You don't have to sign up to do it because Teresa's just going to give you her stuff to grade.
Okay, so if I have someone that wants me to be their teacher, then I still can give it to her and she can give it back to me.
Yeah, she's just going to pass it on to you and you do all the postal ones. And you will be the study helper, right?
Yeah, because I think that the people that, in the past, that I've talked to, they want hands-on study, but they don't want to necessarily come to the church to start.
Well, and I'll tell you this too. These right here, I'm going to put these out front too.
Oh, okay.
So which means somebody can come by the building and take these themselves. They can take all of them and take them home with them and study them if they want, right? Which means you could also take these and just hand to somebody. You can do that. Sure. You could take one of these and say, hey, here's the first lesson. When you get done with it, give it back to me, and I'll get you the second lesson. Yeah. You could do it. Or if you take Teresa's card, they can do that, and then she'll just pass them to you that way, right? So if you want, if you can either use the ladies and their portal cards, or you can also take this, and when you're out there, have them in your purse and say, hey, are you interested in Bible correspondence cards? Because when you look at all the Bible correspondence courses we have, which we have a lot of them, those Bible correspondence courses, that's what you do with them. You hand them the correspondence course. Here you go, study it, right? And then they say, give it back to me when you're done, and I'll grade it for you. So you could use this the same way. And that's what I want to do. I want to have these out there so when people come in, they can grab them. And you're like, well, what if they just grab one? Well, and they don't come back. Well, what if you mail one and they don't get beyond it? I don't know. It's just, you're just trying to put them in their hands. And if they like it, then they'll come back and say, hey, I want lesson 2 or whatever. So you can also take those and hand them out to people if you want. But for us tracking it, that's where the portal comes in. For you registering online and doing it that way, that and the QR code, because without that, if you're not registered, you don't get a QR code. It's just that's the way it is. I'm sorry. So, okay. All right. So, any questions? Did you ever sign up, Mike? Okay. Did you ever sign up?
I just did.
Oh, you just did you? Okay, well, good. Good. So you're just waiting now. Okay. So check your email, and then once they do that, then all I need is your on your app. And it may not take a couple of days. Sometimes they do it pretty quickly. But all I'll need is your URL, and on your app, just get me the image. You can snap it with your phone and then just send it to me, and then I can get the card made up for you, because I'm going to do a batch of them. But what are you going to do, Ann?
She said she hadn't decided.
Well, you know what? If you want to work with Veronica, if you guys want to do the portal, if you want to do the mail-in ones.
Sometimes I can be real computer challenged, so.
Okay, so well, why don't you work with Teresa on her mail-in ones, and then you work with Veronica on hers.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah, then you can work as a team, right? Okay. So then I'll give you the card, and then you just take her cards, and then you take Teresa's cards and hand them out, and then whenever you get them, you can pass the mail-in ones off to Ann. That way you're participating, you're grading, you're handing cards out, you're still being a part of it, right? Okay, good. Okay.
If I'm basically grading, then I don't need to go online and.
No. No, if you're grading everything, because all you have to do is you'll have the grading sheets with you. So you just grade them, you put them in an envelope, you send them back. They'll send it. Once the initial contact is made, then what's made from there is just mailing them back and forth, right? And so they kind of step back. I don't know. I don't think you have to go online and record anything, once they've done it. For the mail-in, like on the online one, it does show course completed. Do you have to go back and show course completed for the
For the
postal
postal?
one?
No, but at the end, if they've turned in all of your pieces of paper one, then that's
The certificate.
it's coming.
Okay, yeah. All right, so we'll work it that way. All right, what are you going to do, Mike? You want to get registered?
I haven't thought about it enough yet.
Do what?
He doesn't
I
have
haven't thought about it enough
So
yet.
Teresa, so you're going to physically keep those test papers?
Yes,
Okay, so then she would do the same thing?
yeah, keep
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so whenever any postal one comes in, Teresa's just give them to you, and then you just give the postal ones to Ann, and you two just do the online ones.
And right now, there's not a whole bunch of them. I
Yeah.
had to search and find postal students that were female in order to adopt them so I can help them study. So
And
it's
and
a lot right
and you don't have to go online and look for postal. You can just wait till the cards. You can just do it that way if you want. But if you want to get your feet wet a little bit by seeing how it works, go find one person online or a couple of people, and then kind of get the motion, get it going, so you kind of get a feel for how it works. As you're handing out the cards, then you're letting people know. And then if you start getting information, people start getting to yours and saying, hey, they're registering. And when they register, it pops up postal. You're like, okay, so I'm going to give this one to Ann. Or they say online, you're like, okay, I'm going to keep this one. And do it that way. Okay? All right, good. All right, you don't know what you're going to do yet, huh? So you don't need to get registered then. All right. All right, let's have a prayer, and then we can go ahead and dismiss. Our Father, we're grateful for the time we've had together to be able to spend more time, Father, in trying to get worked out the things we need for the World Bible School. We're grateful for this material. Bless, Father, the efforts that we put forth. We bless the minds, Father, that are receiving this, that their hearts be open to understanding, and that they come to a knowledge of your will, Father, that we can help them be freed from their sin and to live eternally with you. Thank you for those that are here this day, for all the effort that they put in, and pray you bless them in these works, Father. We ask for your forgiveness in Jesus' name. Amen. All right.